In business tonight, the shilling has stabilized sharply this year, a win for Kenya's economy. But as steep earnings fall, farmers are partly blaming the currency. Economists say the problem runs deeper. In this report, NTV's Sylvia Kadhoni explores why the same stability that's good for Kenya's economy is spelling trouble for the country's top export.
After years of volatility, the Kenyan shilling finally stabilized around 129 to the dollar, a recovery from a record 161 early last year. That's good news for importers and government planners, but not everyone is cheering. Economists warn that the shilling stability does not necessarily mean the economy is healthy. They say the government's appetite for borrowing is still distorting real growth.
The primary problem is the government has refused to live within its means. That's what it is. And they want to accuse the banking and the financial services sector for not playing its rightful role because then they're not funding society to support investment. But the truth of the matter is government is just taking too much resources out, and we call that the crowding out effect. It's just taking out too much resources from the real sector to consume.
According to the Kenya Tea Development Agency, average tea prices fell by nearly 3% between January and December this year compared to the same period last year. For farmers paid in dollars, the stronger shilling means smaller payouts in local currency. But according to economists, that's not the whole story.
If you're producing so much that prices are falling for you, that means you're exhausting that market. And maybe you should start thinking of investing elsewhere to pursue other markets where you have better margins. So if incomes are falling, maybe you're not getting properly. You feel you're not being properly compensated. That means margins are smaller. And if margins are smaller, it's usually because of a very competitive market. That's what happens.
He says falling returns are a signal, not of bad luck, but of a market that has reached its limits. For tea farmers, that could mean finding new buyers, adding value locally, or shifting focus to other high-margin crops. As Kenya celebrates a stable shilling, the biggest exporter is faced with an uncomfortable truth. Stability can expose deeper cracks. For the farmers, it's no longer just about an exchange rate. It's about adapting to survive. Sylvia Kadhoni, NTV Business, Nairobi.